Hello friends, welcome to Choco Millionaire. Wherever you're watching this video, I really appreciate you for watching. So yesterday was my birthday, and today being a brand new day after my birthday, I just have this fire and interest to speak on this topic. So you probably have your relative living abroad. You may be from an African country and you've been blessed with maybe a relative who has been able to travel abroad. Now, abroad could mean out of your country to another country. It could be from Ghana to Nigeria, or from Ghana to Sierra Leone, Ghana to South Africa, Ghana to Burkina or Mauritius, or it could be from wherever they are to another country. Now, this might even be the case for those of you who are also in the Caribbean countries there or islands. You may have some relatives who have left Jamaica or St. Vincent, or just name them, and is now living in the USA or maybe another country. Whichever one it is, the case here is that this person has left and is in another country. You may be wondering, I watch Choco Millionaire every day and I see him helping people. People are traveling. It makes you feel like this traveling to other countries other than my country, it's not that difficult. How come my brothers and sisters are not helping me, even though they live abroad? Sometimes I get people come on my platform and then they bash their relatives on my platform. They bash their own relatives, Choco, you tell us this is this, this is that, this is that, and people are not helping us. So I have a relative in Germany, it's not helping me. I have somebody in USA, he's been there since, he's even telling me not to come. Wow. I don't know the full story. I cannot speak for you. I cannot speak for your relative. I can only share personal experiences and that of other people, and hopefully we can learn from it. First of all, the Africans in the diaspora, or the black population in the diaspora, constitute a serious part of our revenue, internally generated, or gross domestic GDP, okay? Gross domestic product, GDP. In Ghana, for example, if I'm not mistaken with the data, we probably get about $20 billion of money coming in from Ghanaians living abroad who are just wiring these monies back home for different reasons, for projects, to support families and what have you, charity or what have you. So it's a serious industry. There are many people whose livelihoods today depend on majority of us who live abroad. Now, in my family, for example, I can just imagine the worst happening to me, what will happen to a lot of people who look up to me. Mother's side, father's side, my wife's side, so many people depend on us, literally. So what if we are not able to help? Or what if we don't help? What will happen? Will they use social media to also speak ill about us the same way other people also do? What could be the reason why a lot of people are not able to help? One, you must know the kind of family you're from. We don't all come from the same families, guys. Never. There are no two similar families around. You could have this family showing some similarity, but you may not have them being the same kind. I may come from a really tough background, or a family that is really tough in terms of finances, that, hey, the poverty level there is real, like real. You may be coming from a family that is a little bit okay. So you see, when I travel, the pressure that will come on me may be different from the pressure that will come on another person. So if you go and then watch somebody's video, and that person is coming from a really good family, right, where they are financially okay, or even if not okay, they are in the middle. And these people have opportunities of traveling, good travel history, good education and all of that. And then they're doing stuff for their family members. You cannot compare the same thing with another family where they don't have these opportunities. Let me give you an example. When Akufo-Addo's father, the current president of Ghana, when the father was picking them from Ghana, Kimbu Sektek and blah, 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 and taking them to Europe, UK and what have you. Imagine somebody saying the same thing. Akufo-Addo's father is doing it for him, taking them abroad. This politician is doing it for the children, taking the kids abroad. How come my family members are not doing? Are we the same? These people, when they started traveling, they were children. When their parents who belonged to this elite class started taking them out, they were kids. Right from their infancy, they had diplomatic passport or whatever, what have you. Started traveling when they were really young. You who is complaining on social media, you probably don't even have a passport. Do you have a passport? Your birth certificate is not even ready. Yet you want to compare yourself to another family that is sponsoring their family members abroad without asking whether you are of the same background. No. Check your background. If you know your background and family you're coming from, it helps you to know how to have what we call reasonable expectation. Reasonable expectation. Are you educated? Or are you from a family that has some really good education where people have a minimum of secondary school? Are you from a family of professionals? Are you from a family of maybe not educated people but self-made people, or a family of hustlers? The type of family you are from can determine the speed with which some things can even happen to you. Let me use myself as an example. I come from a family of very, very low education. It will be hard for you to go into my family and find somebody with secondary school education, aside from me. It will be hard for you to come into my family and find professionals like lawyers and doctors. We don't have it. That's a fact. Accountant, we don't have it. Government workers, we don't have it. Everybody is a hustler. You see, I come from a family where you have to probably even beg people to ask whether they have a birth certificate. Do you have your birth certificate? Some of them don't even remember their birth certificates. I come from a family where to even get a... you see what I try talk? So when we talk about applying for school, me, I know if we talk the same thing with my family. You see, because if I go the family inside way, I pray to God, I say, make you identify just 2 people give me with secondary school, so we know we get. So certain opportunities around, say, schooling in Canada that you can grab from your family. Me, my family member, I know if we get some. It is here. Yes. Some families, they education day. Some families, they educational day. Some families, they is money day. Some families, they money no day. Some family days, they are self-made people. Some family days, nothing day. So the way you help each and every family member is different. Know your family. Know yourself. Know where you're from. When you know yourself, you will not put unnecessary pressure on your brother or on your sister who is out there. If I have a degree or a job and I'm not even doing so well, it is probably easier for my relative living in the UK to say, you know what, let me find a school for you, and then with a good bank statement, we can bring you. But if I'm from a family where there is no education, no skill, nothing, you were just an adult with no skill, it is harder for me to just pick you and bring you here, unless I am sponsoring you to come as a permanent resident, or like, it's just so difficult. It's so difficult. Unless you're looking for somebody who can do connection, and carry you and go away. That is also there. Number 2, know how to ask for help. There are many family members today who are not helping us because we don't know how to ask. Some of us lack the wisdom of asking. The Bible said, Matthew 7:7, ask and it shall be given to you. But it surely didn't say you should ask arrogantly or pridefully. Do you know that many of your family members have cut ties with you today because you are the most narcissistic, arrogant, prideful person they ever want to hang around with? They don't want to even be around with you. Do you know that? Oh, you don't believe that? Okay, can I give you an example? Jesus was on the cross. There were 2 thieves. He was sandwiched in between. One on the right, one on the left. They both had engagement with Jesus. The guy on the right asked something. The guy on the left, what did he show? Sheer arrogance, pride. Did he receive it? No. Even if it was given, did he take it? No. Pride. That is why when it comes to asking, we don't just ask. Me, where are they here? Those of you who have hung around with me for a while, you know my some principles. Even to ask me things, you have to ask the proper way. You can drop comments and drop comments and drop comments. If you don't ask through the proper channel, you will be ignored. It's just my principle, and I don't care what you think. You want me to help you? No problem. You're watching me on YouTube or wherever you're watching me on Facebook, no problem. You are at liberty to drop your comments. But if you really want to have a one-on-one engagement with me where we are tapping into each other one-on-one, you have to use the proper process. Not only the proper channel, the proper ways of asking. Do you know how to ask? Asking goes beyond just telling somebody to help you. Asking means that you, the person who is asking to be assisted, you've done your due diligence and evaluated the person you are looking for the help from to know that they are capable of helping you. 2, you've also taken time to understand what we call timing, to know that there are good times to give and there are not good times to give. 3, you have the mindset to have what we call reasonable expectation when you ask. Now, when I ask, there could be 3 responses. Yes, it has been approved. Either at the level you ask for, the quantity you ask for, or at a reduced or negotiated amount. 2, it has not been approved. 3, it has been deferred for future consideration. Many of us do not have reasonable expectation when it comes to asking. When we ask, we only operate on the first expectation, which is it has been approved. So therefore, when our brothers don't help us today, they become our enemies. You asked for $200. He said he doesn't have it. And you got offended. You blocked him. He's no longer talking to you. Why? Because you never prepared for he may not give me, or he may say tomorrow. Do you have the expectation? Is this not how we even treat God, those of us who are religious people? That when we ask God for certain miracles or certain things and it doesn't happen, we go around and we see all kind of nasty things about God. He's not real, isn't it? Because it's either my way or he's not real. When you ask something, be prepared to receive it or not to receive it. Be prepared to know that it can even be deferred for a future. You know what, son? I think I want to give you this, but now it's not the right time. Let me give you an example. I came to Canada in 2014. By the time I came to Canada in 2014, I had a terrible experience back home where I tried helping one of my siblings. In fact, I bought a taxi for my sibling with monies that I saved during my days as a student, and it didn't go well. And the Holy Spirit taught me something in the process, that look, it is good to help people, but when your foundation is not strong and you try pulling everybody along, you might end up drowning in the process. It's like you having no skill of swimming, no life jacket, and then you dive into the water trying to save someone. If you don't do it with what we call calculated risk level, assessing the fact that you could actually end up losing your own life. That's what I did. It was definitely wrong. It was definitely not wrong helping my own sibling. But doing it at a time where I didn't have any buffer, any cushion. That is all I had. Without expecting that things may go wrong. The moment things didn't go the way we had planned or things, it just ended up just destroying our relationship at a point. So when I came to Canada, the Holy Spirit just taught me to learn to begin giving at the right time when the Holy Spirit wants me to. There are some people you have to say no to because it's not the time to help them. 2014, when I came to Canada, hardly did I send money to any relative back home, unless it was a serious emergency. Forget. Oh, you will survive it. Me, I survived it. You too, you will. Unless it be hospital matter. You are hungry, don't worry, you will survive it. Show me one time somebody died from the family from hunger. You will survive it. No be say a wicked though. It's just a matter of you will survive it. Tell me you are emergency, hospital, blah, 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 and it's confirmed. We actually will raise money to save your life. But wait, why was I doing that? Was it just because I was wicked? No. I was a student. in a very precarious situation. I didn't have a full-time job. I only had a student part-time job. The money from the student stipend, I was using it to pay my rent. The remaining balance, I was using it to provide for myself here. Then I had to also put savings down to be able to formalize my immigration status when I'm out of school. Because immigration doesn't end when you finish school. Most of us have intentions of staying in the country. Applying for work permit, applying for permanent residence. I'm going to need a proof of funds to do all of that. So if I wire all my money back home, whose proof of funds am I going to use? Which money am I going to use to be able to do what I'm doing? I had to strategically think into the future and balance it with some needs from back home. Will some people be offended? He's abroad. He's not helping. Yeah, they will. It's their own cup of tea. We live in a woke era, woke generation where people get offended and triggered for just anything. So you are not the first to get angry. You can't get angry. I don't give a hoot. So long as my conscience is right, good. 2014, I know they send money. 2015, I know they send money. In fact, there were times I used to cuss out my family people. I said, don't worry. At the right time. So do you trust me? Do you believe in me? Do you think I'm a good person? Don't worry. At the right time. That was all I said. I never give a timeline. And be careful not to give timeline. Oh. Hey, our people, they don't joke with timeline. When you tell them tomorrow, they won't let you. They won't let you sleep. Oh. They will not let you sleep. You better not tell them tomorrow and give them a promise of a date. The right time. Just the right time. When the right time came, I started helping members of the family. Some of them never expected it. You call them and say, hey, take this money, go and do this with it. Go and start this business with it. Go and do this with it. Take this one, go and do this with it. Why? Because the time had come. Yours truly has been able to build a foundation for himself now in Canada that I could stand on. But wait a minute, without that foundation, could I help? No. Have reasonable expectation. Have reasonable expectation. Have the wisdom to learn to ask. When you ask with wisdom, you know the right time. When you ask with wisdom, you are respectful, not confrontational. You don't use references to the past that make people feel that you helping them in the past was conditional and based on them helping you tomorrow. People like that often will not be assisted. If you come blackmail me that I helped you when we were in, I gave you food. So how come today you are not getting, we call it blackmail. You are blackmailing the person emotionally. If you really help the person unconditionally, you will not be mentioning it because your reward is not from him. Your reward is from God. People who like to blackmail will always remind you, look, I was the one who gave you money. How come you are not helping me? I was the one who bought you food. I gave you clothes when you didn't have any. Yes, they are expecting their reward to come from you, isn't it? But those of us who are Christian, the Bible says when you do good for that person, don't expect the reward back. Expect it from God. No, be so. So how come can't they remind you? Because they want the reward with interest from you. And the moment you tell them no, they will block you. They'll block you. They will block you. They will badmouth you. Your good name all of a sudden will be cut into shred. Why? Because they gave you conditional help in the past, hoping that you pay it back with interest. Now that you are not doing it, you are in their bad books. You are in their bad books. Hope you guys are getting it. I also want to just mention the fact that aside from asking with wisdom and asking at the right time and having reasonable expectation and knowing yourself, your family that you come from and what you guys are capable of and all of that, you must also know the character of the person you are asking the thing from. Now, some of our people actually change when they go abroad. There are some of our relatives who will leave as good people. We know them as really, really great people. And all of a sudden, when they travel, they've changed. Why? Maybe they marry somebody who changed them. Some of our people become different people when they travel abroad. When I say different people, for sometimes for the worst, bad. There are people who all of a sudden will stop being loving, caring people just because they've married one white or black or somebody overseas, and the person is telling them they cannot. Do you know sometimes when our people also marry people who are not from our background, they tend to be not too supportive of them sending money home? That's a fact. Majority. They don't even understand why we support each other. They don't. There are some people here, when you tell them every month you're sending money back to your relatives back home, they're like, what the heck is that for? Are you like some IMF or something, SOS? No, they got to work for their own money. Because that's the mindset here. I live in a country where girlfriend, boyfriend going to a restaurant, everybody pays their own bill. So, yes, your girlfriend, your boyfriend, you go to a restaurant, everybody pays their own bill. Do you know what that literally means? It means you in Africa, you are expected to pay your own bill. Pay for your own expenses. They don't understand the whole cultural thing that we are family oriented and we help each other. So if your family member who has traveled to Germany or UK or Australia or Finland is with an Oyibo, where the Oyibo know they understand black people culture, African people culture, and then every 2-3 weeks you are calling for money, transfer money, blah, 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 blah. Do you know what is going to, you're actually going to be, in fact, at a point, your relative's partner will be telling them that the man, look, basically, they may put an embargo on the sending. Your relative has changed because of the people they are married to or they are in relationship with. And sometimes it actually affects our families back home. Also, some of our people change for the worse in terms of their personal character. There are many of our brothers who travel, come here with good intentions, good ambitions, and all of that. And then when they get here, they just change. The system just destroys them, or they get intoxicated with the freedom, the opportunity, the lifestyle here. They blow their money on ladies at the club. Fridays and Thursdays and Saturdays, they are in a club burning all their weekly or bi-weekly salaries. If they are not in a club, they are sleeping with some girls or some guys. They are drinking. If they are not doing that, they are going to the casino, blowing their monies at the casino. Yes, there are many of our brothers here who make money all right, but the monies are not staying in their pockets because of lifestyle choices. They make the money all right and it goes to the casino. There is a Filipino woman I know. She says she cannot share anything financially with her husband. She cannot share the credit card with her husband. She cannot share debit card with her husband. They cannot even have a joint account. They can't even access each other's account. So, but why? She was so surprised to find out that I operate a joint financial transparency with my wife. I said, but why are you not able to do? She said, because my husband, he has this addiction problem with gambling. Gambling. Anything that is money will end up in the casino. You see that? So imagine you having a relative who came here. Okay, some of your relatives you have back home who are doing super bet and bet Niger and what have you. You wait until they find themselves here. You see how they will do it. Those people who have been banking their fortunes in life on gambling, when they come here, you see their level. They will go and work all right, but the money is all gone. Why? Lifestyle choices. So how come you expect them to now get money and send to you? No, the money, or they go the wrong places. They make the money by the money they will. There are also some of our people here who are very promiscuous lifestyles. Promiscuous. Promiscuous. They make, especially the men. Oh my goodness. The men. We the men. We will be the problem. We dey abrochi all right too. Emma. You know Emma. What do you mean, ma? Women. We make the money. Women. Tomorrow, they want to come out an Oyibo pant. Tomorrow, they want to remove one white girl's pant in a club. Tomorrow, they are going to spend money. Tomorrow, they are going to rent a car they cannot afford. Tomorrow, they are going to live a life they cannot. Some of them, when they wake up, they have a schedule. Which woman will come today and will go tomorrow? Why? Freedom they never had back home. Freedom they never had back home. All of a sudden, they are having this freedom. They have access to a car, a used car, or a finance car. It's one woman to the other. So you watch some of them for her ma penning tea into me supporting if you see. Skesikani na ye come mape. Ye come mape. Bonani. Yes. Ye come mape. Those of you who are watching this broadcast on Facebook and you're having difficulty, cross over to YouTube. Women. I have a friend from Haiti. Sometimes we were really, really close. He was always broke every 2 weeks. Before his paycheck would come, dude is already broke. He has used his money for gambling, drinking, nightclub, gambling, drinking, nightclub. The only thing I have not seen him do is weed. So that one, the money go get somewhere, go send give you. See him, lifestyle, 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 lifestyle. You see him. Finally, should I say finally? Maybe not. Those of us, we get friends and families abroad, no? Please, know the status of the people, or status of the people you are seeking the help from. Some of them are in extremely risky situations here. Life is not easy for everybody here. Don't get it wrong. The fact that somebody has left or traveled to South Africa from Zimbabwe, or the fact that somebody has traveled to Rwanda from Ghana, or somebody has relocated from Nigeria to Accra, Ghana, and is a relative, or somebody has relocated from Cameroon to Dubai and is a relative, does not mean things are okay with them. Some of them are really in need of your own help. Do you even know their immigration status? Some of them don't have papers. They're operating under the radar. Some of them are trying to now solidify their status. They are trying to save money to get their papers done in Germany, in the US. Some of them are working tirelessly to save money so they can sort out their immigration selves because they don't have their papers. And if you've been following matters of traveling abroad, the number one thing you want to sort out is your immigration status. Because if you don't have your immigration status sorted out, you can be thrown away anytime and deported anytime. That is why my senior brother from Commonwealth, Rikus Papazelwa, will tell you, they're not an character. What does it mean? Traveling abroad is all about immigration papers. If you don't get and forget, you can go and make the money unless you are a high-class person with money back home. If you are hustler like us, man, immigration is the #1 agenda. Online, no. Immigration krata nkwa abrochire. Oko Italy, forget it. O de kona kwat now, na kwa ye masem. We nyan krata, o life no waste no. We waste your life. Go and stay in US for 20 years. Go and do all you can. Unless you are somebody with a plan B, saving and doing something back home. If you don't have your immigration status, you are a walking target. Anytime at all, they can throw you out. Some of the people you are asking and chasing today for money, they are in crisis themselves here. Do you know the status of that person in terms of immigration? No. Okay, he's on a visitor's visa. He cannot even find a place to sleep. Nobody wants to rent a house to him. Yet, you are calling him non-stop on WhatsApp. When you see him online and he doesn't respond to your hello, you offend. See your face. Your face like shit where they make around. Eh? Why you no get sense like that? Why you no get sense like that? Eh? You see the person online on WhatsApp, he's not responding to you, so you're offended. Hey, if it's only your life day, then you can't roll with me there, you'll be offended super. Because when I go on WhatsApp, I go with a serious agenda to do something and I'm out. The fact that you see me online does not mean I'm there to respond to you. So anybody who sees me online and gets offended that I'm not responding, it's your own cup of tea. When you finish getting angry, tell me which electric pole you look for and you had. When you finish getting angry, did you look for one electric pole to hang on top or one transformer? You are offended because he is online and does not even respond to you. You're offended because you saw him on Facebook commenting on somebody's post, yet he hasn't responded to yours. And this is how you are putting unnecessary anxiety and stress on yourself. Angry for no reason. Yet, you don't even know the situation of that person here. Do you know he's on a visitor's visa? Do you know that visitor's visa is on? He's busily chasing job he hasn't even found. Do you know he has spent all his money in a hotel? Yet 2 weeks that he left, you're already asking for money. Some of them here, international students, they cannot even pay their own school fees. Yet you are there, putting all kinds of pressure on them. Send me money to go and marry. It be then where they go finance your wedding to give you. They know finance, but you say they like you. You know be so? Some of them who are here, permanent residents, they don't get them yet. Then we give them unnecessary pressure. Pressure across the Mediterranean. Why? Because we just lack empathy. Empathy. There was a time that I had so much pressure from relatives back home. Not only relatives, friends. To the point that, look, I started blocking many of them. No, you cannot come and bring your pressure on me. Imagine you going to do a 16-hour shift, coming back, not even getting rest. And then when you pick your phone, you are not picking calls. You are not this thing. You like that. Eh? And the messages that you greet you are messages of lack of complete empathy. And rest of it all, you have to keep reminding them of the time difference. 5-hour time difference, brother. The time difference is 5 hours. Don't message and call at this time. Have you noticed that they will always be calling you at the wrong time? And they will wake up. That 16-hour shift you are trying to catch a 2-hour sleep, they will mess up your sleep on top. Because they lack empathy. What is empathy? The wisdom to put yourself in the shoes of another person and feel what they feel. Experience what they experience. Empathy. When you have empathy, you become sympathetic to people's situation. Not all of us who live abroad are okay. Some of us are living on hook. Some of us cannot even find money to pay our lawyers to process our papers for us. Some of us cannot even pay our school fees. Some of us, we have not even found a place to lay. Please be reasonable when you are putting pressure on them. When you call, ask them how things are with them. Ask them, pray for them. In fact, pray for them to thrive. And when you pray for them to thrive, you are not the one to even unlock their heart for them to help you. It is God who touches the heart of man. I tell people all the time, the easiest way for you to get to me is through the Holy Spirit. Because the Holy Spirit is the one who touches my heart to operate. Let me use this example. There was a gentleman who assisted me when I was in high school. I used to struggle with mathematics, elective math. He assisted me and really helped me. And I became one of the really best. When I say he assisted me privately, off my school, outside of school, he used to help me, Esrao. You know, dude used to really help me. And then beyond secondary school, we went different ways. I went to university. He also went somewhere else, blah, 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 blah. But guess what? For some reason, I saved his number. Saved his number. Even when I was coming to Canada, I still wrote his number in my diary. Because you see, any good man, any righteous and a noble man never forgets those who do good to them. So when I came here, even though I did not call him in 2014, 2015, 2016, I had written in my diary that I'll bless this man for how God used him to help me out. He didn't need to ask for it. It is from the heart. One day I called him on the phone. He didn't expect it. With my Canadian number. Hello, how are you? This is this person calling you. I'm calling you from Canada. Say, oh, man. Charlie, so you go Canada way, you know? I said, oh yeah, I've been here. I came as a student, we're trying to figure things out, blah, 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 blah. Then, at that moment, all I was trying to do was to just enjoy the call and get to know what he's been up to. You know when you call somebody and you are really interested in knowing, so what's up with you? What have you been up to? How are things? And then the person is not interested in talking about that. All they want to hear is that, Charlie, send me some money. Send me some money. And I had to keep reminding him, don't worry, we'll get to that. And then I think he got impatient at a point and he lost it and he said, the Canada way you come, if you know be me way, I teach you where I help you like you go there. I said, The moment that guy said, I said, so scared. You fool. I'll give it to you. And when I go like that, I go like a lion, man. When you step on the tail there, we go all out. I don't mind if you're 100 days, I'll give it to you. Fool. You think you helped me to get here? God used you as a vessel. You don't even know your position as an instrument to be used by God. Why do you want to appropriate it and make it like you did? You were just a vessel. Are you the one who called me? No, I'm the one calling you. Do you know what it means? Do you even have my Canadian number? No. Who is calling who? Get wisdom. Get wisdom. Entitlement mindset. You want to start blackmailing me emotionally? So that if I don't give you the money that day, I become a bad person in your book, I'll fire the thunder out of your head. Gave it to him on the phone, blocked him on top. Deal done. When I finish, I'll go and ask God for forgiveness. Lord, if the way I spoke is not up to you, please forgive me. Not even you. I'll go and make myself right with God. What is it here? You see? First of all, he is not the one who initiated the call. If there is a lot of wisdom, you'd have asked yourself, how come somebody you've lost contact with for 10 years, traveling about, remembers you? And then you jump the gun. All you want is money. All you want is money. Before the person called you, were you dying? No. Were you dead? No. All you want is money. That's what we call entitlement mindset. And some of you, this is how you need to start treating some people back home. Because some of them will not hesitate to use the past experiences to blackmail you emotionally. They will remind you of how they were the ones who bought you a boxer shorts for your wedding. But must it be so? Must it be so? Why can't we do things for people because it is the right thing to do? Why must we expect that when you do something for somebody and he doesn't do it for you tomorrow, he's no longer that good person he is? How? Learn to have the wisdom to ask. The Bible said in the book of James 4, you have not because you ask not. And I can infer, using my common sense, that the wisdom of asking is what has caused many of us to be in this situation. Many of us are not speaking to our relatives today because of simple things like this. Finally, I want to say this. Only help those who want to be helped. I think I've inferred or alluded to this a bit when I talked about Jesus on the cross with the two thieves. Do you know not everybody needs to be helped? Not everybody deserves your help. There are some people, when you help them, it will actually backfire. Charlie, it has happened to me before. So one relative with me, I tried to help her. Charlie, you know, see him say he be help her, they won't help her. It take him. You know, can you imagine trying to help somebody who will tell you, I don't want your help, take it. Hey, oh, you haven't seen it? You are calling them right now, Charlie, apply for, you know, I want you to apply for school. I want you to do this. They wouldn't even be picking your call as if you are the one forcing them. When you want to help somebody, always check and see whether they are ready to receive it. Because some of them, they are not ready to receive the help. When you help somebody who is never ready to receive it, it will always backfire. Jesus could have helped the prideful, arrogant thief on the left. But dude was never ready to receive it. Did he receive it? No. Was Jesus a bad guy? No. You have to be ready to receive it. Is that your relative ready to receive the opportunity you want to give them? I know you are trying to stash up some money, $10,000, $5,000 to send to that your brother and sister back home. Are they really ready for it? They are not ready. They don't have the capacity to even handle the $1,000. You're going to give them $5,000. They are not ready for it. And then later on you find out that they use the money to go and marry instead of starting a business. And then they give you some cock-a-boo stories tomorrow. What did you do with the money I sent you to do business? Oh, you know, at that time my wedding was coming up. I didn't have enough money, so I used it to go and do the wedding. Is your blood pressure going up now? Your blood pressure did go up. It go up. I tell you, say before you go help somebody, find out whether they are ready for it. There was somebody here asked to just give me a proposal so that I can support them financially to start a business. I waited for the proposal. I never came. Never help somebody who is not ready to be helped. you regret it. When you help somebody who is never ready to be helped, you will regret it. Are they ready? How do you know if they are ready? They are the ones who show the first interest. They must show the interest that they are ready. How would they show their interest? They are taking actions. They are climbing up. They are making a move. Yes. In Africa, we have this proverb, say, every good climber of a tree deserves a push. It didn't say everybody sitting down there underneath the tree. It said everybody who is climbing a tree deserves a push. So why are you helping that person who is sitting down? Even Jesus Christ never turned 2 loaves of 3 fishes or whatever it is to 5,000 to feed 5,000 people. He asked, what do you have? Show me what you have. It's called interest level measurement. Show me what you have. It's called resource commitment. I said, I got 2 loaves of bread and 5 fishes. Oh, is that what you got? At least you have something. Add this on top. Anybody who does not show interest when you help them, it is called bad investment. Bad investment. That is why in the parable of the talent, the one man or the one servant who was given 1 talent and never had any interest of the master, never had any seriousness of the master in mind, what did he do with the 1 talent? He buried it so that the weeds can have their share. The termites can feed on the talent. Why are you helping that relative who is not serious? Why? You think you're really helping them? You regret, man. Me, I'm telling you, because I've done it. There are family members I've helped and I regretted helping them. Why did I regret? Because they were never ready. I thought they were ready. So you see, now for me to help you, you got to show me interest, man. Show me what you are doing on your own. Don't just say, oh, I have a brother, forget. Show me what you are doing by yourself. You want me to help you to go to school? Show me what you're doing by yourself. You want me to help you to start a business? Show me what you're doing by yourself on your own. You don't want to show anything. You're sitting down. You did that they watch EPL. They watch La Liga. Say, I get brother for where? I get brother for Spain. Make I watch La Liga. Okay, watch La Liga. Let them show commitment. Let them take a bold step. Let them take that step of climbing the tree, then you can give them a push. Let them stretch their hands out and say, come in there and get me out of the water, and then you can reach out to them. The first step of helping anybody is for them to pull down. That is why the banks, even in the Western countries, will never give you 100% mortgage. Most banks will not give you 100% mortgage. Do you know why? You don't want to put any commitment down, called down payment. You want the bank to give you 100% so that the bank's money, you go and embezzle it. You see what the banks do to us? Before they give you a loan, they say, bring something forward. All these things are all already there. They are all in the Bible already. We call it down payment. What is your down payment that you want your brother to help you with? You did there, go school, you no go. For last 4 or 5 years, if you had gone to do a top-up degree, by now you would have upgraded yourself. You have been there just commenting, I didn't go to secondary school. I didn't go to secondary school. Meanwhile, there are remedial classes you could have gone and register. Have you asked your brother to give you 50 Ghana cedis or 100 Ghana cedis to register for a remedial class that he said he wouldn't help you? No, you are just sitting down. Yet you say you have no degree. You have no secondary school. You are there, yeah, you are sitting down. When you get your money, it be internet data, they watch, nyash. See your round crooked head. You are not upgrading yourself, yet you want help. You want miracle. What miracle are you waiting for? Didn't the Bible tell you, show the work of thy hand? And when you show the work of thy hand, I'll bless it. What are you doing? So, me, I didn't go to school like a... If everybody had this excuse, who do you think is going to do anything? You have life? Yes, you have life. You didn't go to school, to secondary school? Yet there are adult education programs running. Are you taking any? No. Have you asked somebody to give you money to go and do it? No. You were just sitting down. Check on me, I don't get this, I don't get it. Be sitting down like that. 4 or 5 years ago, I told somebody, go and do a degree. I'll pay for you to go and do a degree. It being where they here they wait too. Are they here they wait? 4 or 5 years. Go and do degree. I'll pay for it. You know what I do? I call them. Say, hey, man, in Canada, you can get scholarship. Even if you don't want to do a degree, just go and do this. Go and do this. I'll pay. I'll pay. I said, go and do it. I will pay. Person no one do it. Make a force am. Can you force the horse to the water and force the horse to drink on top? You know, make serious. Let it be. Let it be. Simple. My principle. If you never show serious commitment, I never help you. No matter who you are, not even a family member. Forget. And my family members, they know this. Forget who you are. I ain't helping nobody when taking no step. Yeah, you can curse me. God will bless me. It's biblical. Show me the work of thy hand, and I'll bless it. Bring me your 2 loaves and 5 fishes, and I'll multiply it for you. God never turns your nothingness and your laziness into something. He always starts with what you are doing. That is why even we as Christians, the first thing, I don't want to even go there, people will talk, say, you know what I mean. So guys, in short, let's be reasonable with the expectations we have of our relatives abroad and all of that. And guys, relatives abroad as well. I know many of you are probably watching and say, oh my God, he's giving it to our people back home. Yeah, I beg. Let's also do our best. Let's you see, there is so much joy in working to see the progress of your relatives, right? I'm not a perfect person, far from that. But the one thing I know is that I want every single member of my family to thrive. Not every one of them may have to travel abroad like you have. Some of them are actually going to thrive back home if you can support them, right? But the support here is not just about money. Don't be a sponsor who just puts money down and doesn't, follow up. That's what most of our parents did. That's what most of our fathers did, isn't it? They put money on the table and then they disappear from home. When you ask them, they say, oh, I pay the school fees, but they don't even know how we turn out. Take interest in your sibling. Have conversations with them. Ask them, what is it that you really want to do? So, some of them may not be cut out to do what you're doing. You might be a nurse, your relative might not want to be a nurse. You might be a professional, an educated person. Maybe theirs is not like that. Maybe theirs is just, running a business, doing something. Figure out what is it that is going to work for that person. And then, ask them, which ways can I support you? Not only which ways, always ask, find out what they also want to bring on the table too. And then see if you can work something out. And if you have cooperative relatives, you can always see the result is magical. Those who are staying home will do well. Those who are abroad will do well. There are many, many African families today that are not in talking terms. Brothers not talking to sisters, sisters not talking to brothers. Why? Because of this. All right. Let me take a comment here. Chocolate Millionaire, the Dangbe proverb says, it does not ripe in the home of the man who eats it. I like that. All right. Thank you so much from Nana Yao. I really appreciate watching from YouTube. And I hope you guys got something from this. At the end of the day, remember, life is not easy. When you pray for your siblings or your relatives or your friends who are abroad. Now, even if they genuinely are evil, wicked people, ungrateful people who don't want to assist you and they're blocking you from all over for you doing nothing to them, please don't take it too personal. Remember, the ways to unlock the heart of man is through God. You cannot force somebody to help you when they don't want to help you. So sometimes when your relatives are giving up on you, you give them up to God through prayer. Simple as that. Simple as that. Go pray. God is the only one who does the surgery on the heart of man. He can unlock the heart of man to help you when you don't even expect it. Right? And don't take anything too personal with people. Right? And let's keep the tension down and support each other. This continent will be better if we have the interest of seeing our brothers back home doing well. Whether they have to join us temporarily and then we all build the wealth and go back. Remember, the agenda is always to go back. This place is never our home. It's never our home. Some of us, when we die, our casket is going to be on the next plane, heading back home. All right. God bless you and thanks for watching. Make sure you're subscribing and you're liking this video. And share with anybody who needs to. If I offended anybody, remember, I did it with love. And if you do something with love, and sometimes it hurts, it's the truth. But it hurts, right? So long as you don't take it personal, we're good. Even if you take it personal, it's your own cup of tea. Make sure you look for an electric pole and hang it on top. My name is Chocolate. Have a good day. Bye-bye.